So far this year, John Bowe has crushed all challenges. Hall of Famer takes a win on the streets of Adelaide. John Bowe will get another win in the Touring Car Masters. Now the series heads to the top end. And last year, it was the reigning champ that dominated in Darwin. And this will be the clean sweep for Richo. Now the question is, can he take back control of the championship? Time now for the Touring Car Masters, presented by Autobahn. Well, it's round 3 of the Touring Car Masters, and they've become a popular part of our annual trip to the Northern Territory. 4-time Bathurst winner Greg Murphy's with us today, and Murph, I don't think the glory days have ever actually ended. They still live on.
Oh, mate, this class is just so popular now. I mean, you take a look at these cars. They are real race cars in old bodies, but the technology in them is just fantastic, and the guys driving them, you can tell they're having a lot of fun. And they're putting these things on the line. I mean, these are expensive bits of kit. These guys, they're not there just to muck around and do a bit of a show for the fans. They're there to go racing, and the quality of these cars, I just can't get over. I can't wait one day to get inside one and have a drive.
The great thing too about this category is that it's effectively becoming the seniors tour of motorsport. There's Hall of Famers everywhere, and so far this year, it's been a Tassie Tiger who's been doing the winning.
The Darwin round of the Touring Car Masters presents a challenge for drivers looking for a breakthrough win. John Bowe and his Mustang Sally have won 4 out of 6 races so far to lead the championship, leaving his rivals to ponder how they're going to reel him back in. Perhaps reigning champion Jim Richards can end JB's winning streak. He had a clean sweep on this track last year and is hoping his Falcon Sprint will be up to the challenge this time round.
We've been developing it over like 2 seasons, and it's at the stage now where it's probably at its best. For winning the championship last year, we got a little bit of weight put in the car, so that's probably slowed it a fraction. But that's the way it should be. You know, if you enjoy the spoils, then you get a handicap to let everyone else have a chance.
Andrew Medicki and Brad Tilley have both notched up race wins this year, but a round victory would be so much sweeter.
Oh yeah, I think it'll come in time. You know, we're still working on the car and we're getting the handling better and better. I've got plenty of power and always have had. Brakes are really good now, and we just got to get this chassis fine-tuned so that it works as well as JB's, and then we'll be in there with a real shot.
We had a good start to the year, won the first race of the year. We've been close since then, but a DNF at Barbagallo has ruined our point score, so we're hoping for a really good result this weekend.
Class B leader Gary O'Brien and his humble Holden hit the tarmac in search of more success, but he's wary of a pack of rivals who have him in his sights.
It's a real surprise to us, but I think again it's a testament to the guys to keep the car going and to keep this car basic. And we have had the odd practice now to tune the car, so we're throwing a few things out and we're starting to learn it a little bit better, so it's good fun and we're heading in the right direction.
Perhaps the most compelling battle will be in Class A, where it's a true family feud. A husband and wife duo is tied for the lead, neither giving an inch in their race to the checkered flag.
He squeezed her to the grass. How's his form?
And Amanda gets there. No, she doesn't. She just misses out.
Well, our last race in Perth, I'm not that proud of because I had to block her quite severely to win it. But we went across the line 0.03 of a second apart, which I think is some sort of record that, for a husband and wife. Apparently the organisers have submitted it to the Guinness Book people to see if there's any closer finish between husband and wife, so that'll be interesting.
He's got his confidence at the moment, so we just need something to happen just to pip him off his post, and then I might sneak through.
Well, we certainly never expected it to be like this, but yeah, we're dead level on points after 6 races and also leading the championship, so how good is that?
It was the perfect start to race 1, with last year's champion and the series points leader both qualifying on the front row of the grid.
12 laps ahead for this first race. John Bowe on pole for the 3rd time this year. And it's a pretty even jump down at turn 1. A big field of cars, a nice mix. Andrew Medicki and Steve Mason, the 2 Camaros, trying to challenge to turn 1.
Yeah, JB got the line good. Richo slotted in behind. The duel there. Mason, Medicki round the outside. Mason goes, runs a little wide, not too bad. JB out back in front.
where he's very used to being. And Jimmy Richards. Sights and sounds of Touring Car Masters. Jimmy Richards hasn't won a race so far in the first 2 rounds at Adelaide and Barbagallo. Steve Mason back in the championship this weekend with a fresh engine on. Oh, Mason! But he hasn't got a fresh spinning. Oh, that was
Round he goes. Are they all going to miss more? He nearly moved forward.
so far, so good. I think he's okay. Let's have a look again. Shannon's replay. Into the hairpin and lost the rear.
Just lost it, didn't get touched. The big Camaro, oh, a bit of a nose to tail there from the cars behind him trying to avoid it. They all did very well. I don't know what happened here. He just went in pretty deep. Seemed to turn her in, lose the rear end.
Bye-bye.
I can't imagine it was cold tyres with all that horsepower under the bonnet, but Mason down to the back of the field.
Bow and Richards, 1 and 2. Andrew Medicki back in third in the 69 Camaro. So you've got the 351 Mustang versus the 289 Falcon Sprint.
Richo had him, he's down the inside.
Good move.
Lacking the horsepower compared to the Mustang, but he got a run. It's almost like JB made a mistake there or something for Richo to make that move, but the champion takes the lead here in Darwin, looking to...
Oh, no! Ryan unloads Trevor Talbot. The XU1 Tirana goes around right in front of the field. Greg Waddington goes through the grass to miss.
Here we go, replay too late. Got the rear corner there of the Tirana. Oh, and got a hit on the way through as well.
Andrew Medicki had the best top-end speed and was putting it to good use.
On board with Jimmy Richards, and look at Medicki. The Camaro is picking up time, and it's going for a lunge. This is on.
Down the inside, the brakes on that thing are working very well. He did say they've made some big improvements in the braking of this car, but to outbrake Jimmy Richards, it's something else.
Medicki's won a race this year. He won the first one at Barbagallo, and this car is third in the championship and is still a big factor. It's very early stages.
By mid-race, it was a challenge to keep the cars on the track, with drivers complaining of oil spread around the circuit.
Mark King makes a move on Doug Westwood on the run into, well, we call it the valley section, really. And Doug can't wait to get his hands on a TCM spec engine. He's been running more of an historic spec engine in recent times in this Falcon. And Mark King driving the car that Leanne Tander raced last year.
And doing a good job with it. Leanne obviously not racing in the championship this year. It's a shame to not see her there, but she's got other things going on.
Oh, speaking of other things, Alistair McLean has binned the 68 Camaro straight into the fence.
Not the way to do it. McLean's Camaro up against the tyres. It looks like the rear wheels, there they are off the ground. He's going nowhere.
Let's have a look on the Shannon's replay.
Lost it early.
Yeah, all by himself too.
Oh, ouch. That'll bring out the safety car, I'd imagine. But yeah, big lose there. He hit the tyres pretty hard. Thank goodness for the tyres. Damage sustained there. Going to be costly to that beautiful red Camaro.
Started from 11th on the grid, but is in trouble. Safety car is on the circuit here at Hidden Valley. Andrew Medicki is the leader from Jimmy Richards.
When racing resumed, Andrew Medicki was on a mission.
Now Medicki looks a bit too strong in this final couple of corners. Richards bow back to Bill Pye in 4th spot. But I reckon it might be one for GM here.
It does look that way. Jimmy Richards closing up there just on the last lap, but Medicki's Camaro's got the punch down the chute, and he's going to take out race 1.
Second race win of the season, Andrew Medicki for Bob Middleton's team. Picks up the win, fastest lap of the race as well. Richards second, Bow hangs on to the title lead in 3rd. Bill Pye 4th, Tony Edwards in 5th, and a great drive, John Woodbury in 7th in the Monaro. But for Andrew Medicki, those new stoppers came in very handy.
Well, you said it wasn't far off. Here it's come again, another race win.
Yeah, that was nice. I knew we were going to be competitive this weekend, and it worked out that way. I got past both Jim and John down the end of the straight. I've got new brakes on this car, and they work really well, and so I was on with it.
Up next, it's all the highlights of race 2 at Hidden Valley Raceway.